Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Am I the a-hole for allowing two teenagers to be spat on by a llama? Posted by Ostrolly1990. I work at a petting zoo, and this weekend, we had two teenagers, around 16, boyfriend and girlfriend, who were antagonizing a llama. I told them, you might want to cut that out, llamas spit in self-defense. But they kind of laughed off my warning. Now, I knew llama spit was a whole lot worse than they probably thought it was. But I decided to not tell them about that. I figured if they persisted, I'd trust the llama to teach them a lesson. The llama was being very patient. At one point, it gave them a warning spit, just saliva, and they went, ew, and laughed about it and brushed it off and then kept going at it. Finally, the llama had had enough and unleashed its green defensive spit that llamas are known for. It got the girl square in the face. She dropped to her knees and started retching and eventually threw up. Her boyfriend was gagging and ran away towards the building I was in. To make things even worse for them, I didn't let them come in to wash up in the petting zoo's only bathroom. It was a slow day, so I just locked the doors. I told them that I didn't want the smell inside and made them leave the farm without washing up. Am I the a-hole? The girl's parents called me the next day and yelled at me saying that I was too harsh. Maybe it was. If you don't wash out llama spit right away, the smell sinks into your skin and becomes extremely hard to remove. But I want the lesson to sink in as well. Down in the comments, Deleted says, everyone sucks here. They were warned and they deserve to be spat on. I wouldn't fault you for allowing it to happen. But it was incredibly cruel to keep them out of the washrooms. What could have been a lesson for them will just turn to an anecdote about the crazy petting zoo guy who wouldn't let them clean themselves. Now they have someone else to focus on / blame for the odor. Preventing them from using the washrooms is what took this from not the a-hole to everyone sucks here. Am I the a-hole for asking my husband to go into the office more often? Posted by Pretend Business 4503. My husband and I are in our late 30s and we have 4 elementary age children. He's the breadwinner and makes almost $200k a year to support us, which I'm beyond thankful for. I'm lucky enough to be a stay-at-home mum. He's great at his job and manages to stay extremely flexible while being very successful. He's always up for promotions and hits his yearly goals by March. Every boss adores him. His office is less than 10 minutes drive. But he chooses to work from home most days. I'd say 90% at home. The problem is, we don't have an office space. We have an extremely small house. And he just has a big, outgoing personality, which is one of the reasons I married him. But I'm full-time at home. Laundry, cooking, cleaning, school PTO tasks, sick kids, half days, errands, etc. That's 100% all me. 100% of the time. All he has to worry about is work. It works for us, except I need him to leave the house. He works standing in the kitchen with his computer on the counter, or sitting on the couch in our living room, or mostly lying in our bed. He's just always near me, 24/7, always talking to me, always asking me what I'm doing, where I'm going, etc. in a friendly way, but still. I like to fold laundry on our bed, but he's always in there. And if I ask him to move, he says no and tells me to fold somewhere else. He naps most days. He was home every single day last week. This morning, I mentioned that maybe he could go into the office a day or two so I could have a little bit of breathing space, and he got all offended. And not in a sad, feelings hurt kind of way. More of a, fine, F you. I'll stay out of your hair when I'm home. Don't ask me for help with anything. I guess you don't like hanging out with me. So, am I the a-hole? Edit. He doesn't want an office space. He loves being in the mix, in the center of my universe. He loves knowing what's going on all the time, and has no desire to separate himself to work. So, creating a workspace for him is just not an option. He has a workspace, at work, that's a 7-minute drive away. For clarification, no, we cannot and don't want to buy a bigger house, or add an addition, or build a garden office. It's simply not in the budget, and even if we had 3,000 square foot of space, my husband would still want to be near the action. I have no complaints about my workload. We are both very happy with our division of responsibilities. Neither of us want me working until the kids are closer to high school age, so that's still a few years off at least. It's important to both of us that I'm present and available to our kids and at home during the season of life. Damn! This guy is like a massive overachiever. Makes $200k a year, hits his yearly target by March, and always getting promotions, and gets to work from home. You'd think this guy would always have to have his head in work and basically be checked out of his family, but no, he's always around, always talking to his wife to the point of her getting sick of him, and when he's not doing that, he's taking a nap. Oh my god, life goals. Am I the a-hole for forcing my brother to buy me a new engagement ring? Posted by Throwaway New Ring. I'm 26 male, proposing to my girlfriend, 24 female, on our 4th anniversary, September 30th. I've been planning this for about a month and I picked the ring a couple weeks ago. The one I got was on sale, so I managed to get it at a surprisingly low price. Last weekend, I told my brother, 33 male, about my plans and showed him the ring. He informed me that he was proposing to his girlfriend, 29 female as well. The next day, my brother came to my apartment while my girlfriend was out. He asked me if he could borrow my ring to propose to his girlfriend. I thought he was joking at first, but no. His plan was to propose to his girlfriend, explaining that he was using my ring as a placeholder and then take her to pick her own ring out later. His reasoning was that he didn't want to spend too much money right away, in case she didn't say yes. I've never heard of a placeholder ring, so I said no and the conversation moved on. On Tuesday, he proposed to his girlfriend with my ring. He had taken it before leaving my apartment. I'd gotten distracted by work and didn't notice it was gone until his fiancée sent a picture of herself wearing the ring to our family group chat. Yeah, if she knew this was a placeholder, she wouldn't have posted a photo of it, especially if she knew who it was for. I'm calling BS that your brother's planning on giving it back, and honestly, why would you even want it back now? It's already been used for an engagement with someone else. How's that gonna make your girlfriend feel? I called him to ask about the ring, and he immediately apologized and said he'd keep his promise and give it back to me. But at this point, my girlfriend has seen it, and his fiancé has posted about it on social media, so it was pointless for me to propose using the same ring. We fought about it, and he confessed that while he told his fiancée that it was a placeholder, he didn't tell her where he'd gotten it from. I felt more angry and betrayed by him going behind my back and taking the ring after I said no, than the fact that he actually stole it. I also know his fiancée enough to know that she wouldn't be happy to know that her engagement ring had been stolen from me. So I told my brother I'd tell her the truth if he didn't buy me a new engagement ring. He fought against it for a few hours, but finally gave up and agreed. We went to a jewelry store yesterday and I picked a new ring. I managed to stay within the price range, but this new one was still $100 more expensive. Well, that's because you got yours on sale. My brother bought the ring, but is still accusing me of being inconsiderate and childish. He is insistent that he would have given me back the ring if I'd given him the opportunity, and I didn't need to threaten him to spend so much money on me. Now he's refusing to talk to me. I don't know how to feel about this anymore. I'd usually talk to my brother about these things, and it's surreal that he's the one I'm fighting with. I can't tell my fiancé, and many of our friends overlap. The only other person who knows about this is our mother, who's divided. She thinks what my brother did was wrong, and I'm right to be pissed at him, but I didn't have to stoop as low as I did by threatening his relationship. Am I the a-hole? Down in the comments, Pokin Jin says, could he be jealous? It's all rather suspicious, isn't it? The moment you tell him you're going to propose, he's suddenly going to propose first without having it planned out, and then takes your ring? It's like he's purposely trying to steal your thunder. Then Throwaway adds, seriously OP, be prepared for issues possibly going forward with the planning, date conflicts, event choices, etc. To be sure to keep your wedding info between you and your fiancé. ETA, your mum is wrong here too. You did need to stoop that low because your brother would have dragged this out forever. He needed the motivation. What were you supposed to do? Sit around waiting for him to do the right thing? Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Not to mention, how would your fiancé feel knowing her ring was used by someone else as a placeholder? Yeah, you're not the a-hole. The thief is the a-hole. Plot twist, I know. Am I the a-hole? Clean the kitchen for a family member with new babies. Apologise, but it still comes up. Posted by Accomplished Day 6891. This happened many years ago. It still gets brought up now, which is why I'm asking. When my cousin and his wife had 2 new babies, born 11 months apart, I was over to watch the babies so they could have some time together. His wife had been talking all night about how insanely stressed their kitchen was making her. She was so overwhelmed by it, but just couldn't seem to find the time or energy to fix it, and I totally get it. I'm also a mum, and it's so easy for stuff to escape you when you have a little one, so while they're gone, after I got the babies to sleep, I went in there and deep cleaned it. You monster, OP! How could you? Like, took everything out, wiped down the shelves, did the dishes, scrubbed the floor, and cleaned the stove. I really wanted to try and relieve some of that stress because I get it. So, when they got home, my cousin's wife freaked out. This is where I think I might be the a-hole. When I was putting away the dishes, I opened the cabinet for pots and pans and everything came tumbling out, so I stacked it back in neatly. What I didn't know at the time was that my cousin's wife stacked it that way intentionally for her system of cooking. She was so upset about the cabinet being rearranged and the way the dishwasher had been loaded. I also feel like maybe I should have asked if it was okay to do it. I apologised profusely and explained that I was just trying to help relieve some pressure, but I can see that my impact was not that, and I was truly sorry. This is why I'm asking about it now. This story still comes up, often, in front of me. It's always used as an example by my cousin's wife of someone being inappropriate. She never uses my name, but always tilts her head towards me when telling the story, and tells people what an overstep it was, and how some people just don't have any respect for other people's systems. I know I crossed the boundary now. I get that by not checking in first, I misplaced some things. And I totally get how, while she was so overwhelmed, it probably felt like another thing out of control, but to still bring it up years later, as if it was some malicious boundary crossing, they took it upon themselves to go into my kitchen and reorganize everything, completely leaving out the meltdown she'd been having about the kitchen, or that I'd apologise profusely for crossing a boundary. I definitely learned to ask before doing something like that, but was I really such an a-hole that should still come up years later as a dig at someone for being an a-hole? So guys, is OP an a-hole? This is nuts. I like to do things a certain way too, but if someone does you a favour, appreciate it, damn! It's not like she invited herself into your bedroom and rearranged your undie drawer. Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.